Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Legends, legends, legends. Welcome back, legends. Legends, legends, legends. Welcome back, legends. Been a long time coming to you brand new. Better rock the sunglasses cause we shining on through. Anime, yeah, it's amazing. Let me show it to you. About to drop it, this the intro, coming at you, season 2. You can't rock it, you can't stop it, cause we're more than enough. Like Naruto, darkness, hatred, crushing all of that stuff. Time to have some fun, you know we starting these riots with Luffy. Yeah, you know him, he's the king of the pirates. If you catch nothing else, simple lesson is just this. Goku is the answer when they cry out for justice. You can step into a world where adventure never ends. I'm Afro X, your guide. This is Anime Legends.
Were you visualizing a bloody battle? Me too.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of season 2 of Anime Legends. I just can't get enough of that intro. I absolutely love it. Anyways, today we are kind of foraying into slightly different territory. We already got a couple of viewers in the stream, which I absolutely love. We got Victor Glenn saying, "Superb awesomeness, stay legendary." Thank you so much, Victor. You as well. We got Trixie Anime Hater in here saying, "Yo, staying legendary, bro." I for sure am. It's all legendary all the time. So, as we've seen from the title, we are foraying into some new territory here. Not talking about anime this week, but talking about something equally as exciting, which is Sunday's premiere of the 6th season of Rick and Morty. I'm super happy for that. Right off the bat, just to get through all the regular stuff, I'm gonna post a question in the chat here. All right, there we go. While I'm going through all my sponsor stuff, you can answer that question. What anime / manga have you watched / read this week? Let's go even broader than that. Like anything you have watched or read this week, let me know in the comments and I will talk about it. Because I know some of you out there aren't really avid anime watchers. And that's cool, but we want to also get stuff. So sponsor stuff, right? We have a Patreon, as most of you out there know. And I'm not going to go through all the tiers today because I do every week. But just to let you know, we do have a Patreon. You can go there, sign up to donate to the channel in increments of $5, $10, $30, $50, or $100 a month. You'll get different rewards based on that. All of those are detailed there at that page, which is www.patreon.com/AfroX. Moving on, we have merch at www.com or www.teespring.com/stores/Afro-X-2. You will find the official AfroX t-shirt. If that link that I just said is too confusing, we do have the link in all of my edited videos. It comes standard in the description of all of my edited videos, so you can just check it out there. Copy, paste, boom, you're there. The shirt itself does cost $30 US. But you will be giving, I believe it's a third of the cost back to the channel. So you buy a shirt, channel gets $10 of that. You get like 5 shirts, like maybe a Afro X t-shirt for the entire family. Bam, the channel gets $50 off of that. And so appreciative of that. There is only one existing shirt in the world currently, and that belongs to my father, because I gave it to him for his birthday. Anyways, there is that. Also, last but not least, we do have a TikTok. You can find that on TikTok under AfroX_YT, or on the TikTok website, of course, though most people use the app. Anyways, that is all the sponsorship stuff for today. We got a lot to talk about. Let's check out the chat really quick. Trick says Red Guy Chikuda and Zach Bell 2. Victor says, does the anime style trailer for Warframe Veil Breaker update count? Yes, it does. And it counts specifically because of what we're talking about today. So yes, that can count, and that trailer was absolutely amazing. I have to say, great job to the creators the animator of that short, and also just the creators of Warframe, for being so imaginative. As for the anime / manga that I watched and read this week, of course there was no One Piece manga this week, so don't believe any of the spoilers that, like, who is it? Grand Line Review is coming up. Grand Line Review is straight up trying to post fake spoilers as clickbait, so do not believe like, Grand Line Review is great. I love their content. Do not believe anything that you see in Grand Line Review's thumbnails, because that is straight up fake news, clickbait. They are pretty much trying to guess the future of One Piece, and as we know, Ichiro Oda is the king of nobody can guess what I'm about to do next in this story. So anyways, that whole rant done. I did not read One Piece this week, but I did watch 2 episodes of One Piece that happened to be on Toonami at the time. And these episodes were from way back at the beginning of the Punk Hazard arc. So this is like way back. Like, in the manga right now, Wano is ending. On Toonami, they're just starting to show the beginning of the little inklings of Wano. Like, the second episode that I watched was the moment that Luffy meets Kinemon, and not even really meets him, but just finds his legs sticking out of that dragon. Anyways, but yeah, which really made me realize, like, we have current manga, and then the current Funimation anime is about 30 chapters back from that, and then the Toonami anime, where they're at, is like years, like 3 years back. Actually, no, the Toonami anime is like 10 years back. You forget the scope of One Piece, but the Toonami anime is like 10 years back from where the current manga is. So, I mean, it's crazy, but that just means when the One Piece manga ends, One Piece will still be showing on Toonami for a good 10 years into the future after the manga ends, which absolutely blows my mind. Awesome. So, what we are talking about today is Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty, absolutely love the show. Show's great. if any of you in the rewind, obviously these two know, but if any of you in the rewind don't know, Rick and Morty is a story about a young boy and his grandfather that go on fantastical adventures throughout the entire multiverse. And really, that is a fair basic description of Rick and Morty. There's so much more to it, but that is a fair basic description. So season 5 of Rick, and I'm gonna be giving out so many spoilers today. So, like, if you don't want to hear what happens in the first episode of season 6, you can mute me. I don't even mind. But yeah, I'm gonna be giving out a ton of spoilers today. Just fair warning. So, at the end of season 5 of Rick and Morty, our Rick and Morty, the ones that we follow, have been are going up against Evil Morty. Evil Morty is monologuing. Rick is being sarcastic about it. Blah 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 blah. All this stuff. Evil Morty decides to break the finite curve, which is the finite curve is the series of universes created by Rick's by specifically changing events in history so that Jerry and Beth will get together and create another Morty. Because as we remember in I believe it was the final episode of season 1, Rick explains to Morty that Mortys are needed because their brainwaves cancel out the brainwaves of Rick's, and Mortys are very good at hiding other Ricks, or are very good at hiding Ricks from their enemies. And yeah, so that was a little bit of canon. So anyway, Evil Morty decides he's going to break the finite curve. He's going to just get rid of all of this, and he's going to and we only get one of these per episode, but he's going to go fuck off into another universe and pretty much go back to season 1. So he does that, breaks the entire finite curve. And so we get to the beginning. Trix is just saying the show has made to 6 seasons. Yes, that is exciting. So we get to the beginning of episode 1 of season 6. Rick and Morty are sitting there, kind of looking pretty defeated after making sure that they did fly into the giant wormhole that was created when the finite curve was broken. Yeah. Also, that moment at the end of season 5 where like they're actually working together to stop the Citadel from going into the wormhole is amazing, and it made me cry really hard. Anyways, so they wake up. Rick is, of course, monologuing because he thinks he's the most important person in the entire universe, and Morty's sitting there like, why are you monologuing this? Like who's this for? And so Space Beth shows up. Space Beth, of course, being either the clone or the real Beth that either way decided to go to space and live out her fun space adventures and be herself. Anyways, she comes back, saves Rick and Morty after a little bit of humorous confusion, and then they all go back to the house. At this point, due to Evil Morty breaking the finite curve, all of flooding the Citadel with portal fluid, the entire portaling system has been broken. So pretty much one of the main staples of the series is now currently not working. Rick cannot use his portal gun. Excuse me. So he says that he needs to reset the portal hopping system, whatever it is. So anyways, he does this. He resets, or he tries to reset portal hopping, but what he does is resets the entire portal system completely. And so every entity in this current universe, in this current reality, is sent back to their original reality. That includes Rick, Morty, because of course they are originally from the Cronenberg universe, and also Jerry, which does reveal a question that was postulated in season 2, was did Morty pick up the right Jerry from Jerry Barry? Turns out he did not. Original Jerry goes back to his original family, which is pretty much season 2, Rick and Morty's family. And what is it? Morty goes back to the Cronenberg universe, but Rick goes back to his original universe, which was revealed to be true. The story that he made up about his backstory that he gave to Carbopolis Michael. I can't believe I still remember that name. But the story he gave to Carbopolis Michael when he was being interrogated at the beginning of season 3, I believe, yes, was actually true. So, and this is where we discover that Rick is not our Rick is not our Morty's original Rick, which does bring up some more questions, but it does kind of help a little bit to explain the lore behind of why does Rick have memories of holding baby Morty, but Beth said that Rick had been gone for 15 years. It is because our Rick is not our Morty's original Rick, which does kind of explain that out a little bit. So this episode, we literally got so many canon questions answered. It was like between the final episode of season 5 and this episode, like the writers were just like, cool, we're going to answer every question that all of the fans have ever had about Rick and Morty. We're just going to reveal it all. The only question that still stands is which Beth is a clone, but honestly, this episode kind of just spits in the face of that and says it doesn't matter which Beth is a clone because the main family that we're following is the family, no matter what universe they came from. Anyways, so Rick goes back to his original reality, and it turns out in his grief and his self-centeredness, due to this bad thing happening, Rick has set his entire reality to be stuck in a time loop of the same day that Beth and Diane died, his original wife and kid. And he set his entire reality to be stuck in an infinite time loop that will never end. He has also set up his house to play an AI of his dead wife, Diane, and he set it up to haunt him so that when he goes into the house, Diane is always one room away. And he did that so that he never forgets the hate and his quest to kill the Rick that killed his wife and kid. Pretty much the reason that he invented portal travel. So anyways, he goes back to that universe. Morty goes back to the Cronenberg universe and discovers that in the last time that he came here, because they had gone feral, he had to freeze Beth and Summer. So in that unfreezing process, it's found out that they die. Morty is revealed this by now what is kind of being called Ultimate Jerry or Jerry Prime, because this is the Jerry that survived the apocalypse. He is the last living human on Cronenberg world. And so he's kind of awesome, and he's kind of turned into original Rick. Just because he literally said, he's like, besides this conversation, my life is perfect. Rick was right. You just have to let go. And it was so hard to see that, because we actually see Morty like actually have an emotion, because he's been getting away from his emotions, and we see Morty actually have an emotion now, and he's crying and he's sad, because really his dad in his family is the only person that ever really seemed to give a crap about him and was actually nice to him most of the time. And to see his dad completely reject him was hard. But on the flip side, everyone who was a living human in Cronenberg world looked at Morty and was like, you abandoned us. You didn't try to fix this. You didn't bring us with you. You just went off with Rick to another universe, flipped off with Rick to another universe, and forgot all about us. And he's like, you could have come back anytime. You could have come back and saved us, but you didn't. And so this is the reverse. This is kind of Morty's punishment for not like encouraging Rick to come back. Although, to be honest, back in season 1 and even in season 2, Morty was still timid and shy, and he didn't want to stand up to Rick. It wasn't really until season 3 when Rick broke out of the what was it, the Intergalactic Federation prison, that Morty started to stand up to him. Anyways, so during all this, Rick has given Summer a protocol, something to do in case that this specific situation happens. So Summer is pretty much now like the backseat driver for Rick. She's the assistant, she's the Charlie's Angels of Rick's whole operation. Because, like, when Rick says, hey, protocol, this, and this, Summer's like, bam, I know, I got you, fam. I got you, my dude, and I'm going to do it for you. So, they find this thing to pretty much bring everybody back together. They bring it to the Citadel, and while they're doing this, they get attacked by aliens. In the meantime, Rick is kind of back on his mission due to his haunting wife to go back and kill the original Rick. So he first he goes and he picks up Morty from Cronenberg World. So he gets Morty. Then they go off to find this original Rick, which people are calling Rick Prime. So they get into this whole situation where they're in this glass bubble. Rick Prime is kind of like being the worst of himself and trying to taunt them and stuff like that. And finally Morty's just like, it doesn't matter, man. Like he looks at Rick, our Rick, and he's like, it doesn't matter, man. Like, this may be my grandpa, but I have no connection to him. Like, you are my grandpa. You are the Rick, the only Rick that matters in the entire multiverse. And I loved that moment, because he's just like, you are my grandpa, no matter what anybody says. And this kind of like snaps Rick out of it. And I absolutely love it, because those moments where the whole show, the whole overarching show comes back into solid perception is the best moments ever. The show, it started with Rick and Morty. One Rick, one Morty, the ones we saw, or the ones the viewers saw, the ones that we have grown attached to, and those are the only two that really matter in the multiverse. Not Evil Morty, not Rick Prime, none of that. Anyways, I'm getting a little weepy over that. But so Rick and Morty, they head back, help out Beth and Summer and Space Beth, who have all been fighting these aliens. And during this time, Beth and Space Beth have been arguing because they both want the affection of Summer. And after Summer breaks them out of a space worm's stomach, she's just like, you guys shouldn't give a crap what I think, because I'm a 17-year-old teenager and my affection is like the wind. Like, if you're nice to me one moment, I love you. If you say something mean to me the next moment, I absolutely hate you. So anyways, they all get back together. They go back to save their Jerry from the season 2 family, which I'm actually surprised that Rick went back to save Jerry. But I think that's pretty damn cool. Anyways, so they go back, get Jerry, go back to their original universe where they find season 2 Jerry. Season 2 Jerry is carrying a little, like, cute alien in a box. He accidentally lets this out, and the alien starts to infect everything and turn it into itself. A hive mind, if you would. Eventually, they have to get off this planet and out of this reality, because this thing has taken over the entire world. And Space Beth is with them, and Space Beth is just like, why don't we go back and fix it? And they look back, and this alien creature has taken over the entire world and turned the world into itself. And they're like, nah. So they go off to another universe where the entire family has died right after this moment, and they go back, and the entire family now has to experience burying themselves in the backyard and starting life over in a new universe. That is pretty much the end of the episode. After the credits, we get an end credit scene where Rick Prime, who, in an attempt to taunt our Rick, was naked and mooning him. And so Rick Prime shows up on Cronenberg World, and Jerry Prime is there, and or Jerry in his prime is there, and so Jerry's just like, hey, you know what? If you hate Rick and Morty so much too, let's join up and go kill him together. Which is surprising to hear Jerry say. And so Rick's just like, yeah, I'm not into that. And Jerry just slashes his throat, slices his throat. And in a moment, that is a real win for Jerry, because Jerry has just hated Rick this entire time. Like, from the beginning, has absolutely hated Rick. And Jerry getting this win feels so good for half a second, because Rick immediately heals from nanotechnology in his body and goes ahead and shoots Jerry first in the stomach and then in the head. So Jerry in his prime is now dead, which is upsetting, because that would have been a really cool plot point to see. Would be to see pretty much Jerry in his prime and Rick Prime teaming up to be the bad guys. But Rick Prime has now really shown himself to be the big bad of season 6 and possibly future seasons. Here's my wonder, though. I think it'd be cool to see Rick Prime and Evil Morty team up. That I think that would be the ultimate end game. To see would be Rick Prime and Evil Morty teaming up. Like, the two people who hated our Rick and Morty the most, teaming up to go fight them. But yeah, I just think that'd be cool. Let's check out the chat. Trixie says, damn, they actually thought his backstory up so well. Yes, they did. Moment when they realized that Jerry is a caring person. Yeah, for real. Morty saying that his saying he was his Rick was nice. That was really nice. It was very, very touching. And Prime Jerry needed more screen time. He did. Yeah, Prime Jerry really needed much more screen time. Honestly, I think the only reason... Sorry about that. That's my phone notification. But the only reason that I think they killed off Jerry in his prime was because the writers finally wanted to put a nice quiet bow on Cronenberg World, and they wanted to say season one reality Cronenberg World is over now, and we're not going to explore it further. We're not going back. It's just done. So I think they wanted to just put the kibosh on Cronenberg World. But yeah. Victor here says, does escaping the curve blog of Rick versus mean we probably shouldn't see Evil Morty again? Hey, just like Ichiro Oda is the king of being like, you don't know what's going to happen in my story, Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland and their writers are also the kings of being like, you have no idea what is coming next in this story. So, yeah. Evil Morty breaking the finite curve and going to a universe that isn't ruled by Rick's, or really a multiverse that isn't ruled by Rick's, it does suggest that we shouldn't see him again, but hey, he's the smartest Morty in all known multiverses, so yeah. I mean, he hates our Rick and Morty, so there's a possibility. So, there we go. It's a far stretch. It's a very far theory, but I want to state right here in Anime Legends Season 2, Episode 5, my theory is that Rick Prime and Evil Morty will team up to fight against our Rick and Morty. And if that theory comes true, you can retroactively jump back to this live stream and tell me that I was right. And any time travelers out there, if you're listening, do say so in the comments if I was right. Anyways, we need to come up with a better name for our Rick and Morty, since we literally can't call them Rick and Morty C-137 anymore. I mean, Rick is Rick C-137, but Morty is not Morty C-137. Morty is Cronenberg World Morty on a technicality. And so we need to think up a collective name for it when we are talking about our Rick and Morty that we mostly watch. Off the top of my head, the thing that I can think of is we call them main Rick and Morty. Yeah, main Rick and Morty. If you think of a better name, give me one in the comments, but as for now, that's what I'm going with, is the main Rick and Morty. Audience Rick and Morty. Main is good. And Trick says, main to be called. All right. So from here on out, if I'm talking about Rick C-137 and Cronenberg World Morty, I'm going to call them main Rick and Morty. But yeah. That was the main thing that I was going to be talking about today. The other thing is that I do have a very, very special announcement, which is well, you know what? I'll do the Rick and Morty announcement first. So all of this is culminating, like I said, it isn't really going to be about anime today, but secretly, haha, it is going to be about anime today. And I'm glad that Victor said something about the Warframe anime trailer, because when looking for a tie-in to anime, I just typed in Rick and Morty anime in, what was it, Google, and of course the regular things came up. The beginning of the episode Rick Morty, which was the, I believe that was the beginning of the final episode of season 5. But then also came up the one that everyone knows, which is Rick and Morty versus Genocider. And that was Rick and Morty versus Genocider was a short, literal short that Adult Swim played. That was an anime version of Rick and Morty. And what I have discovered is that there is going to be coming out a full 10 episode season of Rick and Morty that is non-canon. It's going to be a spin-off, but it's going to be called Rick and Morty the Anime, and it is going to be a full 10 episode anime version of Rick and Morty, which is very, very exciting. I don't know when it's coming out. They didn't say, but just to know that there's going to be an anime Rick and Morty is so exciting. And I'm excited to share that news with you. The other news is that this channel is changing a little bit. Realizing the past couple of weeks that I've kind of been running out of ideas, and just doing an Apex edited video this week and doing a Rick and Morty live stream this week, I realized that I need to expand a bit. And so while anime is going to stay the cornerstone, the capstone of everything this channel does, I'm also going to be adding a sub-subject. Like, we already do memes and music as a sub-subject, but I'm going to be adding pop culture as a sub-subject. That means that while we are going to be doing mostly anime, I'm also going to throw in a little stuff about pop culture here every once in a while. Sometimes we're going to be talking about Rick and Morty. Sometimes we're going to be talking about Family Guy. Sometimes we're going to be talking about This Is Us. I'm sorry, we will never be talking about This Is Us. I never saw it. But I don't know, maybe someday. But yeah, if anything is pop culture in TV, I will be mentioning it at some point. So yeah, AfroX channel, now about anime, music, memes, and pop culture. So get ready for more of that. That was all I really had for today. Trix here says, wow, an anime of Rick and Morty. Yes, I'm very excited for that. That was all I had for today. We are at the 38 or about the 39-minute mark, to be honest. So this is very early to be ending a stream, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to open it up to an AMA. In the comments, go ahead, ask me anything, theories, questions, impressions you want to hear. I will do that, and yeah, let me know in the comments, and I will be reading those when I get back. I will be back in just a second. You can check out the anime poster behind me. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm back. So let's see what the chat says. Trick says nothing wrong with expanding. Thank you, man. Especially when we're hitting the bottom of the barrel on stuff. Trick says, do you have a Blackbeard impression? Well, that's a vague question. Do you mean the actual Blackbeard the pirate or Blackbeard from One Piece? Okay, there we go. So if we are talking like Blackbeard from One Piece, I actually like Whitebeard more, but I'll give you a I can do his laugh. But yeah. Let's see here. Why Summer is turning into Rick? Why Summer is turning into Rick? My guess is honestly because Summer is a teenager in high school, has a rebellious attitude, and honestly really just wants to, or she sees Rick as, or she, in the beginning, in like season 1, season 2, she saw her parents really hating on Rick. And as a teenager, anything your parents hate is something that you think you're going to like. And so I feel like Summer just really, really wanted to piss off her parents. And the best way to do that was by getting into shenanigans with Rick. And also, I just feel like she didn't want to be excluded. I'm sure Morty multiple times had been like, "Oh, I've saved the entire galaxy before, or universe." And I'm sure Summer didn't want to be left out of that, which is why I'm really glad that at the beginning of season 3, that she was being brought on adventures and stuff like that. Beginning of season 3 really started her whole arc, especially with going to the Mad Max world, and that whole thing. Going to so there has been a number of big plot points for Summer. It all really started probably at the beginning of season 3. So the end of season 2 was the whole family in a cabin on a deserted planet trying to decide what to do about Rick. So that was kind of Jerry's moment to shine. Summer's moment to shine was when Summer and Morty went and rescued Rick from the Galactic Federation, Intergalactic Federation's prison. So they that was Summer's first moment to shine. Summer's second moment to shine was when she was driving or riding in a car, I think, in the Mad Max world, and that really started her whole like change thing of becoming a more confident person. There was a beginning kind of side story, non-canon, in I believe it was an episode of season 3 where there's like this big bad evil dude, and Rick has to decide whether to save Morty or Summer, and he decides to save Summer. And probably because it's much easier in the multiverse to get another Morty, while it's likely not very easy to get a Summer since they are not the ones being designed. Which does speak to the fact that there could be other universes where there is a Morty, but there is no Summer, which would be interesting. There also could be universes where there literally is no Summer, but who knows? I mean, we've seen chairs ordering pizzas that have people on them with phones. But yeah. So yeah, and then like there's the biggest time when she got very big character development into turning into Rick was during Morty's Mind Blowers, of course, and where Rick actually trusted her with a situation where he would be incapacitated, and he's like, if this ever happens to me, do this and it will bring back the original me, which was really, really cool. And that kind of spiraled into what we see now at the beginning of season 6, where he's just like, hey, this really bad thing, this emergency is happening, I told you what to do in this situation, this is the protocol, do this. And Summer's like, bam, got you, fam, let's go. I could definitely see Summer going either way. Either she's going to grow up and realize that her mom was right and she's going to live a normal life, or she's going to go the Space Beth route and she is going to become a female version of Rick, which would be really interesting because I don't think in the series up till now we have ever seen a female version of Rick, which is really, really weird considering that we have nearly infinite multiverses of Ricks and there is not one singular female Rick. Like, we even have a female Deadpool, but we don't have a female Rick. Like, what is up, Harmon and Royland? Why no female Rick? Hashtag female Rick. Anyways, you said from One Piece. Go Whitebeard on us. Okay. This is my final command to my sons and my crew. Protect the Straw Hat Boy. I am going to tell you something that you have feared for so long. The One Piece is real. Gurararara. Is no one strong enough to stand against me? There we go. She would be female Rick, but true odd, no female Rick. That is very, very true. Victor, do you have any input here on female Rick or any questions that you would want to ask, like even about Apex or anything else? I would like to see your thoughts. I know it's weird to be called out by someone in a live stream, but I'm here, Victor, and I'm waiting for you. Anyways, Space Beth may be the real Beth, or they both may not be clones too. Well, one of them is a clone for sure. But you bring up a great possibility. There is a possibility that Space Beth is actually another Beth from another reality, and that neither of them are clones. And that really would throw out the significance of which one is a clone. But, I mean, I feel like they don't want to reveal who's a clone because then it's going to make one of them look bad. Because whichever Beth is the clone, and went on to become Space Beth, like, she abandoned her entire family and went off to do her own thing. And so, like, forever, really, in the eyes of, like, the kids and everybody, Space Beth should be seen as a bad person. But to be honest, it's understandable what she did because that was who she always wanted to be. I mean that ties into why Summer is becoming Rick. Summer is becoming Rick because Summer has Beth's heart and passion inside her. Really, I mean, Summer is the part of Beth that is Space Beth. Yeah, and it's amazing how in this show not only did Morty and Summer get the traits of their parents, but like physically, but they also got them emotionally. But yeah, I do think that's really, really cool. I mean, Morty obviously gets his shyness from his dad, but he also gets like his bravery from his mom and Rick. And Summer, of course, gets her bravery from her mom and Rick. But there's also moments where we see Summer being vulnerable too. So that's really cool. But yeah. Well, we are at the 52-minute mark, and I think this is a good spot to stop for the day. Anyways, thank you guys for watching so much. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, but mostly share. Please share. Always share. Because sharing is caring, and caring is Morty looking at Rick and saying, "You are my grandpa." And if you want more of those moments in Rick and Morty, then make sure to share my videos. Anyways, keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro. And always remember to wubba lubba dub dub.